So we're going to start with quite a yin practice. So long poses held together with your breath for a long period of time. So let's take our left shin forward, right knee to your left heel. And coming into a hero pose, we're going to walk ourselves onto our elbows, and maybe right now that's where we're going to stay. We're thinking about drawing a nice long line on the right hip and down the right thigh. So here you can close your eyes. If you have room and you want to go all the way down to the floor, you can come to the floor, send the arms over the head, and you're going to feel a lovely long stretch right across the front of the right hip. So wherever we get to, it's your first asana. So you're really just inviting the body to the mat. And you're just taking awareness to your breath. And just notice how it is as we start the week. How is my breath? And just go to the simplicity of it. I'm feeling the breath through my nostrils.
They've started.
Hey Matt, jump in.
Sorry, hello.
Don't be sorry, it's fine. We just started, so we come into a hero pose, guys. So I'll guide you in. Sky and Sarah Jane can stay there with their breaths. Bring your left shin in front. Left shin in front. Your right knee to your left heel, and we're sitting our body back. So we're leaning back. And we can either lean all the way to the floor like Sarah Jane, or for me, I feel a nice long stretch, keeping the top body up. That's it. So your left shin is forward, right knee to the left heel. Now Sarah, once we're in, guys, there's no rush. I really want you to now connect to the breath. So if you've been on this for a while in this pose, it's a sky, you want to start to now really sink that hip and lengthen the right knee forward. You don't need to move it. The top of the thigh is going to allow that movement to happen. The breath will encourage that movement to happen as you keep lengthening across the top of the right thigh. Beautiful. So we're going to take another 4 breaths here. Just allow the breath to be very deep towards the belly. And with the exhale, we give a little bit of engagement to the breath as we pull the belly button in and allow the breath to leave. So staying with that diaphragmic engagement, Ujjayi breath. Very nice. Just notice, is my mind also wandering off like clouds? Maybe to the rest of the day or the weekend? Can you just bring it back, knowing the past and the future is always going to be there if we need to look at it. But right now we can just stay with the present moment. Take a breath in. Take a long breath out. Nice. And then slowly you're going to just kick your right foot to the front, and you're going to shift and go to the other side. So your right shin will come forward, left knee to the right heel, and you're going to lean back into hero pose. So you can take your body all the way to the floor, hands behind the head, and really stretch out. Or stay up on your elbows. Good. And again, just come back to that breath. Wherever you were on the other side, go straight there. So engage your awareness into the breath, into the movement. And allow the body to be visceral as we stay still in this breath. Allow the body to bring up anything. We're not going to judge or hold back. We'll just open up to all possibilities. And let's not shy away from that. Let's break the jug and see what flows out. Lovely. 2 more breaths, your own time. Gorgeous. And then from there, you're going to slowly kick your left leg out. Kick your right leg out as well and make your way to seated at the top. Legs are extended. Now just open up the heels slightly, so it's a small little triangle. And slowly you're now going to roll the top of your back, dropping the back of the neck and come into your first forward fold. Now this is very passive. There's no need to worry about taking your body all the way to the floor or to the thighs. So today is a strong practice. We will flow. But you're going to give your body and your breath this chance to just be still before we take off into that race. Following the breath all the way to the stomach. Maybe your eyes are closed here. And with every exhale, we just let go. Physically, we let the thoughts, we can let them go if it doesn't serve our practice. Some thoughts serve our life, but right now they're not needed. So if you see a thought that you know you want to come back to, just fire it. Just say, I'll come back to you. And then come back to the breath. Experience the body. 3 more breaths in this pose. Very nice, guys. Taking a last breath in, feel the length of the spine, tailbone to the floor. On the exhale, the top of the head reaching forward. Slowly roll up. Very nice. Cross your shins and just work your way onto tabletop position. Now I'd like you to close your eyes straight away in this tabletop. Hands are underneath the shoulders, shins are onto the floor. Now stay with the breath that you've just been cultivating and just feel the body. The length of the spine, tailbone towards the heels, the crown of the head reaching forward, the belly button lifting up and down as we breathe in and out. Now engage a little more, push further into the arms and hands, push down into the shins as we push our weight away from the floor. Take a breath in here. Nice long exhale. Keeping your eyes closed, you're going to go through your own cat-cow. So just dropping the belly, lifting the chest. Exhale, rolling into the cat, drop the back of the neck. So you take your own tempo here. You can go nice and wavy and fast, slow and purposeful. If you feel a nice stretch, you can hold the cat, hold the cow, take an extra breath. Really play. Beautiful. Waving up and down that spine, moving prana, our energy. So let's stay here. Now I'd like you to free the movement. So you can take your hips to the side, roll into the shoulders. If you're making circles one way, enjoy that, and then when it's ready, take it to the other side. Keeping your eyes closed, free it up. You can allow the hips to sit back, move forward. Really go for it, guys. Go, go, go. Stay with your breath. Very nice, and then slowly come back to center. Gorgeous. So that spine should feel really nice and loose now. Tuck the toes, so take it into a downward dog. Push into the arms. Knees are lovely and bent. And release the lower back. Very nice. So let's take our feet for a walk. Bend one leg, straighten the other, then take the opposite. Bend one, straighten the other. Pedaling out the feet. Reminding yourself to always lift the hips here. Hips are lovely and high. Alright, let's take a nice right foot to the sky, nice and long. Exhale, bring the foot outside your right hand. Inhale, sweep your right arm to the sky. Hold that stretch, feel the left hip stretching. Push down into the right heel. Very nice. Bring the right hand down, step forward into your Vinyasa squat. Sit the hips to the floor. Reach your hands forward. Take a breath here. Very nice. Plant your hands. Step back. Take yourself through your first vinyasa. Your knees can always come to the floor as an option. You can take a cobra or a downward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot to the sky. Left foot outside the left hand. Left hand to the sky. Enjoy the stretch here. Find the breath across the chest. Push back into the right heel. Very nice. Bring the left hand down. Keep the hips high as we step into our Vinyasa squat. And then drop the hips, lift the chest. Hands out front. Good. Squeeze your bum to open up the thighs here. Bring your hands to the floor. Step back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing or high cobra. Exhale, your downward facing dog. Very nice. Inhale, your right leg lifts. This time bend the heel and the knee to the bum and then open up the right hip. So as we drop the right foot towards the left bum cheek, we send the knee towards the sky. Keep lifting the knee, inner thigh lifts. Very nice. Squaring the hips, extend your right leg and bring the foot outside the right hand. Inhale, sweep the right arm to the sky. Exhale, coming to the front again, Vinyasa squat. Sit the hips to the floor, hands out. Take an extra breath, squeeze the bum underneath the tailbone. Lovely, guys. Drop the hands to the floor. You can either step or jump back, your choice. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, your downward facing dog. Very nice. Left leg to lift. Bend at the knee and drop the left heel to the right bum, opening up the hip. Really extend through the inner thigh. Push further into the arms, make the upper body lovely and strong, full of breath. Extend the left leg, square the hips. Draw the left foot all the way to the front, outside the left hand. Sweep the left hand to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands to the front, step the right foot forward. Drop the hips, Vinyasa squat. Very nice. Let's take a twist. Your left hand to the floor, right hand to the sky. Keep holding this twist and push your left knee into your left tricep. The tricep back in towards the knee. Good. Right hand comes to the front. Take it to the other side. And stay with the breath, connecting to both moments, the inhale and the exhale. Gorgeous. Hands to the front. Step or float back, your choice. Inhale, your upward facing or downward facing dog. Lovely, Sky. Here we go, right foot to lift. Open up the hip again, so bend at the knee, drop the right heel to the left bum. And keep pushing through the arms so the upper body is really full of energy, full of breath. Very nice. Square the hips. This time bring the right knee to the left elbow, across the body. Now extend your right leg out to the side and lift your left arm to the ceiling. But I'd like your right foot to not touch the floor. Squeeze through that inner thigh. Very nice, guys. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale here. Inhale, plant your left hand to the front of the mat. Sweep the foot to the back. Three-legged dog. And then bring the foot to the front of the mat. Inhale, run a lunge. Arms up. Exhale, warrior two. Good. Nice. The front knee is going over the front heel and toes. Gorgeous. From here, we're going to take a skandasana. You're going to move your bum all the way to the back heel and sit yourself as low as we can, keeping your front leg nice and strong. Inhale, back to warrior two. Exhale, skandasana, bend the back leg, hips down. Inhale, warrior two. So you know these two positions, just flowing through. Don't worry about how it looks. Go with the sensation of the breath. Really engage through the body. So push through the feet, bend the back leg, skandasana. Warrior two. Bend through the front knee. Last one at the back. Skandasana. Warrior two. Beautiful. Now square the hips again. Inhale, we're going to fly ourselves forward into warrior three. So straight into our balances today. Squeeze the hips in line with each other. Send the chest forward with a beautiful back bend in the upper body. So it's like doing a small cobra or the upward facing dog through our vinyasa. Hold for an extra breath. Exhale, drop the upper body to the floor. Plant your hands, standing splits. Now standing splits, don't worry about taking the legs like a ballerina. I just want you to split the energy. So push down through the right leg, lift through the left heel, inner thigh, and we hold for an extra breath. Exhale. On your inhale, slowly step the left foot back. Let the right join the left foot. Vinyasa, exhale. Inhale, upward facing, high cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take an extra breath here. Sit the hips lovely and high. Good. Really let it go. In your downward dog, I'd like you now to keep your hips up nice and high. Lift your heels coming onto your tippy toes. Keep the hips where they are, and I'll lower the heels towards the floor. Yeah, so find that length in the back of the legs. Beautiful. Go again. Lift the hips and heels all the way to the sky. Lengthen the arms and spine. Keep the hips high. Drop the heels to the floor. Very nice. Left leg to lift. Use the breath. Inhale. Open up the hip. Drop the foot to the right bum. Lift the left knee. Inhale, square the hips. And bring the left knee to your right elbow underneath the body. Now squeeze your hips together, pull the belly button in, extend your left leg, reach the right arm to the sky. Holding this side plank with a floating left foot. Take a breath in. Exhale here. Inhale, right hand to the front, sweep up, three-legged dog. And bring the foot to the front of the mat. Very nice, guys. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Lift up through your runner's lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Now really squeeze into the legs here, pushing the left knee over the toes. Push back into your right heel, as if you were trying to tear the mat apart. Very nice. Skandasana to the back, so bending the back knee. Sit the bum towards the heel. If it doesn't touch the floor or the heel, that's not really the pose. So you're just finding your boundary, you're finding your flow. Back to your Skandasana to the back. Coming forward, warrior two. Here we go, Skandasana. Squeeze the energy down. Coming back through warrior two. Lovely, very nice. Nice, guy. Lovely, Becky, lovely, Matt. I can see you there, beautiful. You got one more after this. Warrior two to the front. Really deep into that warrior two. Squeeze Skandasana to the back. Warrior two to the front. Lovely. Square your hips and the arms to the sky. Now find your drishti, that single point of focus where I'm going to send my energy, send my flight into warrior three. Chest forward, back foot lifts. And fly, guys. Shoulders are down the back, you're lifting that heart forward. Kicking through the back heel. And watch if your breath's got a little panty. Mine has. So just send that energy in towards the stomach. And pull the belly button up on the exhale. Keeping it very simple. Let's drop the hands towards the floor. Standing splits. Send the energy through the standing leg. And then send the energy through the inner thigh of the right leg. Lift through the heel. And drop the back of the neck. So we're imagining the upper body is falling and cascading towards the floor. We're releasing from any tension around the neck, the jaw. Lovely. Slowly step back with the right foot. Land your hands, step back for your vinyasa. Exhale. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Take a nice downward facing dog. You can play around with lifting the heels. You're here for 2 breaths. Lovely, everyone. All right, here we go. Inhale, right leg to lift. Open up the hip. This time I want your foot to keep going over into wild thing. So slowly drop the right foot over the top. Drop the hips towards the floor, and then squeeze through the bum and send your top hand to the front of the mat. So it's this lovely back bend lifting the heart. And just check your energy. Is my feet still grounding into the floor? Am I squeezing through the bum to lift the hips? Slowly coming back through 3-legged dog. Plant your right hand to the front. Lift your right leg. Exhale, knee to your left elbow. Floating your right foot forward. There's your side angle. Your side plank, right foot lifted. Beautiful. Now bring the left hand back down, 3-legged dog. So a lot of upper body strength there. We use the breath to come through. Right foot to the front. Come to warrior two. Straight into another balance. We're going to go Skandasana to the back first. Let's go then into warrior two to the front. We go Skandasana again. Now we're going to half moon pose. So look to a point on the floor in front of the mat. You're going to send your energy, lean forward, and you're going to float that back leg up into an open groin, open hip position, which we call half moon. So your hands are at 6 to 12. If you need a block or a book, please place it underneath your right hand. And then once you've found your balance, you're going to kick through that back leg. Send the energy as far back as you can. Reach the spine forward. And just open up the chest here. Very nice, guys. Take an extra breath. Enjoy the exhale. Slowly drop the left hand to the floor. Your standing splits. Now release the energy to the floor. Kick through the left leg. Very nice. And drop the left foot to the right foot at the front of the mat. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Hands to the shins, look forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep your hands to the sky. Bring the hands through the middle. Take a prayer position. Gorgeous. Utkatasana, hips to the floor. Your chair pose. Hands up. Slowly bring your prayer to your heart. Exhale, take your left elbow over your right knee. Revolve your Utkatasana, sending the hips back. Lengthening through the spine here. Now the more you can roll your shoulders behind the back into the twist, really go there. Squeeze the shoulders down and towards each other. Lovely, Becky. From here, Utkatasana, send the hands up. Keep low in your chair. Exhale, plant your hands onto the floor. Now your knees are going to come up into the back of your arms. So you're on your tippy toes here, leading the chest forward. And we stay here, toes on the floor. And we just try and squeeze our belly button up, lifting the hips as high as possible. And as soon as we start to lift the hips higher, maybe we squeeze the heels to the bum. And there's your crow. So take the idea away of that I have to do this. Just stay with the breath. We're breaking our jug. We're flowing with what we have today. Beautiful. Belly button holding up and in. Stay with your breath. Inhale here. Exhale, step or float back. Yes, Sarah Jane, nice float. Lovely, Sky, good. Take a vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog to let it go. Release. We let that present moment go, and we know there will be another. Beautiful. Let's take a nice stretch in the back of the legs here. So keep the hips up high, lift the heels on your tippy toes. And on your next exhale, just let the heels to the floor. Beautiful. Left leg to lift, inhale. Opening up the hip, drop the heel towards the right bum. And slowly, you're going to drop that foot all the way over the top to Wild Thing. If you'd like to lower the hips before you go back up to Wild Thing, please do. And you want to roll your right shoulder externally rotating underneath to lift the chest up high. And just check if you've got weight in the feet. You want that. Squeeze the feet into the floor. And really turn on the glutes here. The bum's working. Lovely, everyone. Beautiful breath. Let's take it back. Inhale, land your left hand. Sweep up to three-legged dog. Bring your left knee to your right elbow. Extend through the left leg. Right arm to the sky. Hold. That upper body's really working. Bring the right hand down, three-legged dog. Bring the foot to the front of the mat. Open up to warrior two. Landing your back heel. Gorgeous. Very nice. Skandasana to the back. Send the hips, bend the back knee. Warrior two. Keep energized through that leg. Skandasana. Now find your drishtis, that single point of focus, the intention of the next asana. We reach and fly forward, floating that back leg and pushing the heels far back as possible. Hands become 6 to 12. If this is too much for the balance, you can always bring your top hand to your right thigh and push against the leg. Or 6-12 with the hands and arms. Now lengthen the spine forward. And kick the right heel back. Find the length in the body as much as the balance. Exhale. Slowly drop the right hand to the floor. Take a standing split, drop the back of the neck, lift the right leg up high. On your next heel, step the right foot to the front. Inhale, halfway lift. Your Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky. Bring the prayer to the heart. Beautiful. Utkatasana, chair pose, hips to the floor. Gorgeous. Now really pull the belly button up and in. So the energy is really absorbing into the front of the body. Good. Hands to the heart. Exhale your right elbow to the left knee. Your revolved Utkatasana. Now always play around with that right elbow and your left knee having a little tug of war with each other. So push the knee into the elbow, elbow into the knee. Just see if you can use that to open up the shoulders and the chest and into that rotation. So sometimes we just need a little bit more effort to find that new boundary. But if you lose your breath, back off. Good. Inhale, coming up. We go one more with our crow. So bring the hands to the floor, knees into the back of the arms. Now, if we just stay here, that's perfectly fine. Feet can always be on the floor. We just send the hips as high as possible, chest going forward. And once we've got that, then pull the belly button up and in, and think about the heels joining that motion, and squeeze the heels up as much as the belly button. Gorgeous. Lovely, Becky. Beautiful, Sky. Round the upper back. One more breath here. On your next exhale, step back into your high plank. Exhale through a Vinyasa. Inhale, let it go. Exhale, downward dog. Let it go. Inhale, roll through your plank position for me. Exhale, lower yourself all the way to the floor. Very nice. All right, so a bit of back bends today. We had this on Friday, so we'll stay with the same energy. From here, I'd like you to bring your elbows up by your ears. Squeeze the elbows behind you and make your hands nice and floppy. Now once you've got that, you're going to squeeze your shoulders further down the back and lift the chest forward. And you're going to hold this lovely back bend. So the arms are engaged, but the hands are lovely and floppy. So you really have to use the shoulders to squeeze the chest forward and up. Watch your breath. Squeeze a little more. Exhale, let it go. Take the head to the right. Shake the hips into the floor. Lovely. All right, this time, take your hands and interlace the fingers behind the back. Roll the shoulders down. And then from here, we're going to lengthen the belly button to the chin. And we're going to squeeze shoulders down the back as the chest lifts. Gorgeous. If we want to lift through the inner thighs, you can start to lift and float the legs back. Now go long. Find that flying sensation here, guys. It is a hard pose. It's hard to fly. So really use the breath. Lengthen through the front body as much as we're contracting and strengthening through the back. Good. Inhale, release the fingers, but keep everything up. Send the arms nice and wide. Fly for one more breath. Exhale, release, drop the head to the left. Gorgeous. Take a breath. Okay, we're going to bow pose, Dhanurasana. So from here, I'd like your heels, if this is too much, take your fingers behind your back, interlace, and go back where you were. Otherwise, heels up towards your butt. You're going to reach back with your hands, and you're going to grab the outer side edges of your ankles. Now flex your feet so the feet and the heels push up towards the ceiling. And then from here, I really want you to think about sending the heels up. Squeeze your bum and lift the heels up. Beautiful. And you can release the back of the neck a little bit there, Sky, so you lengthen through the top of the spine. Gorgeous. And really kick through. Think about lengthening like we did at the beginning of the class for this extra breath. Lengthening through the top of the thighs. The knees are going back. The heels are going up. And slowly release. Send everything down. You can wobble the hips into the floor if you like. Make a pillow for the forehead. We go again. Dhanurasana, you can always got options. You can always interlace the fingers and just come into your locus. Or we go Dhanurasana. Grab hold of the outside edges of your ankles. And up you go. So there's energy through the bum here as we kick the heels towards the sky. And we want the nice long length across the top of the thighs out past the knees, but also from the pelvic floor, we go up the belly button, chest, all the way to the chin. So we're lengthening through that front body. Lovely, Becky. Lovely, Sky. Take one more breath in. Exhale. Slowly release. Very nice. Let it all go into the floor. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes, come through child's pose. Take a nice long bend into the lower back. Very nice. Coming through your high plank position, let's take a Vinyasa to just reset and let go. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, your upward facing. Exhale, your downward facing dog. Very nice, everyone. So from here, send your right leg to the sky. Exhale, your right knee to your right elbow. You're coming into your pigeon pose. Now, before we sit down into pigeon, guys, I want you to squeeze your inner thighs and your hips towards you and lift up. So your tailbone is far from the floor right now. So push down into the right shin. Hands can be on your hips or on your front leg. Your choice. Now lift. Really try and squeeze through. Push through that right shin. Now from here, if you'd like to go into King Pigeon, you can bring up the back foot. You can just send your hands behind, and you don't have to grab the foot, right? That's far from my practice, so even here. So if you do want to have a go, I think we all want to have a go. Let's take it. I'll lead it. All right, so push through the front shin. Sweep the arms to the sky. Bend at the elbows. Now squeeze the shoulders down the back and lift the chest. Now don't forget the energy in the front leg. Gorgeous. Now if you'd like to lift up through the back knee, lift the heel, squeeze the bum, you can. Otherwise, we're just staying with the hands behind the back, chest lifting, drawing the energy up through the front body. Very nice, Becky. Lovely, Sky. If it's your first time going there, just go, see what happens, see what comes up. Let's take it to the diving, sleeping swan. Walk your hands to the front and slowly lower your body over the front leg. Try and keep your the back leg nice and long, and drop the left hip forward so it's level with the right. And just relax into the breath now. Gorgeous. Through the movement and the breath, we've really broken the jug. And that jug is a metaphor for anything that comes to mind for you. It could even be as big as the metaphor of life, or just the body, or a certain feeling. But we're just breaking it, dropping it to the floor, and we're just seeing what comes out. Very nice. Walk your hands up. Tuck your back leg. Reach through into your high plank. Exhale, take a vinyasa. Inhale, let it go. Exhale, downward dog, let it go. Left leg to lift. Bring the knee to the front. Take a pigeon position. Good. Now before we go down into sleeping pigeon, we're going to squeeze up. So your right heel doesn't have to be at 90 degrees. You can draw it back towards your right hip. Gorgeous. All right, now squeeze. You can bring your hands to your hips. Squeeze through the front shin and lift the energy as high as you can. Really pull up. Here we go, into our king. Bring the hands up. Bend at the elbows. Now keep squeezing through the front body so you're zipping all the way up towards the chin. Shoulders are wrapping underneath the heart, lifting the chest. If you like to bring up the back leg, you can. If the leg stays on the floor, we stay with this, pushing through the front shin, lifting the heart. Just notice the breath here. It's very likely it gets tight. See if we can soften around the edges. One more inhale. Exhale. Inhale, leaning forward, coming into your sleeping pigeon. So extend the right leg further back. Come to your elbows or lower your body all the way to the floor. And drop the right hip slightly forward so you square the hips into this position. Good. Very nice. Come back to that breath. Send the attention like a tennis shot. You know exactly where you want the focus to go. We're playing with the accuracy of our attention. So watch the breath, feel the sensation of the body. Fantastic. Slowly coming up. Take yourself through high plank. There's a vinyasa, or we meet in downward facing dog. Wherever we're going, we're using the breath here to let everything go. Exhale, downward dog. Good. Walk your feet all the way to the top of the mat. We're going to take a nice forward fold. Inhale, hands to your shins, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, release. Same thing again, hands to your shins, look forward. Exhale, release. And slowly from here, I want you to sit your hips towards your heels. Reach forward with the hands, land the bum. Navasana. Just for one breath today, we're not staying here too long. Slowly extend the legs. Take yourself down nice and long. Very nice. Bring your right knee to your chest. Good. And take it over the top into our supine twist. Take the right hand across. So relieving through the lower back. Allowing the breath to encourage the twist. And you will stay here. Think about sending the right shoulder and arm nice and long. Lengthen through the chest as it grounds into the floor. Like supine twist. Sorry, Becky, can you not hit supine twist? Right leg over the side. That's it. If you have another twist, please go for it. If you know what the body needs right now, follow that intuition. Lovely. Slowly coming back, roll your hips to level, extend the right leg, bring the left knee to the chest, and we take supine twist to the opposite side. Extend the left arm nice and long, trying if we can get the left shoulder to the floor. So you want the shoulder blade hooking and lengthening down the back, and then we extend the left arm as much as we can away from the body. If you don't have room and you have to cactus shape your arms, that's absolutely fine. One more breath here, inhale. Exhale. Slowly unravel. We take happy baby today because we've gone through the groin quite a bit. So we'll go there one more time. Bring the hands to your heels or your shins. And you're going to slowly pull the knees out wide towards the armpits. And now today I'd like you to bring your heels slightly in. Good. Very nice. And we're going to hold this happy baby. Now as you hold this happy baby, guys, I really want you to now think about sending your tailbone nice and long. So as we hold the feet and we open up through the groin, can we lengthen the tailbone down the mat? Good. Now notice, do I need to lengthen the top of my neck? Can I tuck my chin? Yeah, lovely, Sky. Good. So that spine is really nice and long as we open up through the groin. Take one more breath here. Make it nice and juicy. Exhale, squeeze the elbows further down. And slowly release. Good. Just take your hands behind your knees and come up through a rocking position. Take 3 nice long rocks. And the third one, you're coming to a seated or hero pose. So you can come to seated or bring your shins to the floor and sit on your legs like this. All right. So guys, we're going to go through a pranayama, so a bit of breathing exercise. It's called Kalabati breath, so breath of fire. And it's basically your stomach here is going to be going in, out, all right? So as fast as you can, it's a sort of panting and muscular engagement of the diaphragm going in, out with the breath. So when it comes out, it's the breath in. When it goes in, it's the breath out. And the breath will always go through the nose, all right? So if you've never done it before, I'll just do a little demo. This is what it would look and sound like. So the breath, we take a half breath in, and then we'll go in and out through the nose. All right? And what's the idea here is we want to keep a nice soft focus. We can close our eyes. We will build a lot of heat in this Kalabati breath, okay? When I say exhale, I'd like you to take the full breath out. Hold your breath. And then when you're ready, you'll take a nice big breath in. And you'll hold that breath for as long as you can. All right, so we're going to do that twice. We're going to do the Kalabatis, and then I'll say exhale, hold breath. And when you're ready, you'll take an inhale, hold your breath, and then you come out. And then we'll go around and do it again, okay? So it's a nice chance to really connect into this pranayama practice of just focusing on the mind, how it reacts through the breath. All right, so let's take a big breath in through the nose. Long exhale. Big breath in. Another long exhale. We'll start Kalabati breath. Take a half inhale in. Out and through the nose we go. Exhale. Hold. Allow there to be calmness. The body has its breath. Be aware of the sensation of the body. Whenever you're ready to breathe in, you take that breath. Big breath in whenever you're ready. Hold the breath. Bring the focus to the third eye. Release the breath. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Kalabati breath, halfway in. And we start. Exhale. Hold your breath. Relax. Let the body and mind be at ease. Notice a sensation around the body, the blood, tingling around the skin. Whenever you're ready, take a big breath in. Whenever that time comes. And then hold that breath. Whenever you need to release, just release. You're going to make your way into Shavasana whenever you feel ready. If you're still holding your breath, relax. Stay with that calmness. Whenever you're ready, you're going to just extend your legs out front. Roll down onto your back. Taking your Shavasana, your last pose of today's practice. You are more than welcome to stay in your Shavasana, breaking the jug, noticing what happens, giving way for every possibility. If you like to end the practice, we can take the arms above the head, take a nice long stretch. In your own time, roll onto your right hand side. Keep the eyes closed here as much as you can. There's no rush. Slowly making your way to seated at the front, eyes are nice and closed. And we'll end today's practice just bringing the hands together at the heart. Bring the thumbs into your breastplate and really think about sending the energy up away from the tailbone. Nice long spine, lifting through the heart. Just bow your head towards your hands. Whatever sense and emotion or feelings are with you right now, just let them be. Breathe into this present moment. Thank you for your practice today, guys.